Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start chapter 719 of Magic Emperor. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Everyone, this is the final battle of the Double Dragon Gathering. On one side was the strongest sect in Western lands, under Double Dragon Manor and above many, the Ultimate Clarity sect. For thousands of years, their position had been firm, with no one able to challenge them. On the other side was the greatest underdog the history of Double Dragon Gathering had ever seen, hailing from the lower three sects and killing their way up. Demon Scheming Sect. Even though everyone knew it was due to one man alone, that wasn't enough to wipe out the excitement the crowd had felt throughout its journey in this competition. How many years has it been since we last saw such an exciting match? Exalted by Mei let out a refreshed smile. Exalted Hei Ran nodded. The sects haven't shifted their seats in thousands of years, letting the Western lands enjoy peace. But sooner or later, someone will come and change all that. This is for the best. The shift in order will drive the sects into teaching their disciples harder. Exalted by Mei nodded, the eyes of both of them settling on Yi Lin and Zhuo Yifan. They knew the outcome of this fight rested entirely on their shoulders. The two teams are here. Now I know what your intentions are. I still need to ask you. Demon Scheming Sect. Do you want to challenge the head of the 9 sects, Ultimate Clarity Sect? The judge was fired up as well. He hardly used the head of the 9 sects title in his announcements. This clearly showed he wanted to spur them on. Not even he could stay calm in front of this excitement. The audience started chanting, "Fight, fight, fight. As you all wish, we shall fight." Zhuo Yifan raised his fist, shouting. The cheers reached the heavens once more. The judge nodded and smiled. Open the dimension. The two gatekeepers once again opened the door to the secret valley. Zhuo Yifan's eyelid twitched, touching his ring. He then led his team through. He didn't forget that Dan Xingshun was still hiding in his ring. He had to think of a way to let this old coot slip out with none the wiser. As for the right timing, he would have to wait it out. Zhuo Yifan's mission weighed heavily on his shoulders. He not only was going into a fight to the death with Yi Lin, but now he had Dan Xingshun to worry about. Any of these two tasks could be done alone if he put his all into it. But since he had to do them at the same time, that required some careful planning. At the very least, it would require some skill if he wanted to get the ring back after throwing it without raising any eyebrows. He did have a plan in mind, but it was all up to Yi Lin and his role in this act. Easing a breath, Zhuo Yifan focused as he stepped through the white curtain. He was back in the small valley. This was his 6th time here, and he was quite familiar with it. He knew where the monitoring arrays were placed and where their blind spots were. His teammates followed next, and the two sects faced each other. Brother Zhuo is so strong that I have been eagerly waiting for us to fight. A shame that this is not my chance. My younger brother insists on letting him have you. I am not one to take this joy from him and would have to settle for the next time. Smiling, Wu Qingqiu backed away, cupping his hands at Zhuo Yifan and his team. He went before Yi Lin and said, "This might be a team battle, but we also understand the situation of their sect. They have only one person able to bear this fight, so we will also have just one person settle it. As we watch from the sidelines, I will let junior brother represent us on the field." Yi Lin walked forward, bearing a wide smile. Qi Changlong and the others felt down. Wu Qingqiu was right, without a doubt, but he was being modest about it. Though the way it was registered, it felt more like contempt. As if they only managed to get so far on the back of one person. They were utterly useless. Zhuo Yifan noticed their annoyance and slowly moved forward as he stared at Ultimate Clarity Sect's team. Brother Wu is right. Our two sects fight has to be one-on-one. But once the battle starts, even if your disciples want to help, they are not to interfere. What do you say? Junior brother, aren't you going to say something? Say what you feel. Wu Qingqiu saw his junior brothers were fuming and asked Yi Lin. Yi Lin eyed him and scratched his head before nodding. He turned to Zhuo Yifan and admitted, "You're right. These people, besides senior brother Wu, can be ignored." Wu Qingqiu's face twitched, and he held his forehead. His junior brother had always been a lone wolf. He doesn't know anything about respect for his fellow man. Zhuo Yifan, this fight is between you and me. No one else can interfere. All of you stand back. I don't care if any of you die from our fight's aftershocks. Yi Lin flicked his hand with a stern look. The others knew his temper and shook their heads as they cleared the area. Taking his time walking forward, Zhuo Yifan looked around this place. This is a good spot. He signaled Qi Changlong and the others to leave. Stand a mile behind me, lest you want to be squashed. They all started, but they left either way. Zhuo Yifan had just found a blind spot in a monitoring array. With the disciples in this area, it would be easier for him to get Dan Xingxin out of his ring. So even while they were clueless, they trusted Steward Zhuo, doing what he said. Everything was in place. All that was left was to fight. Zhuo Yifan focused his eyes and shot forward, his right hand unleashing a terrible red glow. Yilin grinned and faced him head-on with a golden flaming glow. He reached Zhuo Yifan even faster than the other, the golden flaming fist punching forward. Eyes squinting, Zhuo Yifan was startled. Although he knew that Yilin was fast, he didn't expect him to be that fast. He was now seeing just how fast he was with his own eyes. It felt like he was in front of him in a blink, almost faster than he could react. With little choice against the sudden punch, Zhuo Yifan had to withdraw his earlier attack, turning it into a block. Even so, he had lost momentum. Bam! The explosion resulted on impact unleashed a ray of violent golden flames while Zhuo Yifan was sent flying. The scorching heat was enough to feel pain even from his Qilin arm. Zhuo Yifan face looked grave. The fiends were more shocked than ever. How can this be? Steward Zhuo actually lost in terms of raw power. Zhuo Yifan was just as shocked as they were. Yilin's body was so tough it didn't lose out against the Qilin arm at all. Are you telling me he's not human, but a damn dragon? That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.